A gathering of tribal leaders from around the world, on the edges of the African continent. As South Africa prepared to host the G20 summit, Indigenous people held a global summit of their own. South Africa is celebrated as the cradle of humanity and a beacon of inclusivity, but Indigenous groups feel relegated to the sidelines in the post-apartheid state.
In order for us to heal nature, Mother Nature and Mother Earth is calling us, it's calling our attention to come together, especially as Indigenous people. Because with Indigenous people, we are still connected to our lands, we are still connected to our intellectual property, we're connected to who we are. G20 is a politically based gathering. Let me call it a gathering. They are coming together to determine the future of people politically. So the difference is that we will seek what Mother Earth wants from us.
This is her kingdom. A land grab of 2,000 hectares in the Western Cape. Queen Eloise lives here with 4,000 other people. Many of them are from the indigenous Khoisan community who say they're reclaiming land stolen by settlers when they arrived in the 1600s. What made you decide to come and live on this land?
The calling from our ancestral graves sent us down here. So we had an urge to get our own identity and to get back to our roots. And that was the driving mode behind everything. So we are here now because we take back our ancestral grounds that we urged for so long, you know.
Land reform in post-apartheid South Africa is a contentious issue. A white minority still own a majority of land here, and the land seized from Indigenous people centuries ago is even further down the agenda, making land grabs like this one a challenge to the image of a progressive country.
We're not going to be thrown off, and I'm not scared. I'm here 5 years fighting battles, and I won't allow them doing that, throwing us down like animals.
In the heart of Cape Town is another Khoisan reclamation, formalized and part of a deal with developers who are building Amazon's South African headquarters.
This is, it's taken a long time to get here.
First Nations leader and Chief Zenzile Khoisan is adamant that his people will be integrated into this globalization.
There are many people who would like to fetishize Indigenous people, who want to relegate us to an anthropoid state, as if that is the only place that we can, as if we don't have the tools to navigate the modern world.
What do you make of South Africa hosting G20 this year and the theme of inclusivity?
There is a disingenuous thread that runs right through many of these gatherings, and the G20 is no different from any of it. I'm very concerned that the many marginalized sections of society, you know, youth, Indigenous people, are not inside the front and center of this agenda.
Their native tongues are at risk of dying, not included in South Africa's 12 official languages. Nashada and Escher are guides at a San Heritage Center on South Africa's west coast, built here on land for the descendants of the San people.
People have heard that like San people died out or disappeared. So some people, when they come here and you introduce yourself in the language, they will ask you like, what language are you speaking? And you say, I'm speaking San. But they ask you like, how can you speak San? Because San people have died out. You'll be like, no, we're still there, we're still existing.
As global leaders gather in South Africa for a G20 summit under the banner of solidarity, equality, and sustainability, the country's incensed Indigenous communities continue to be shut out.
There are room for expansion of the Khoisan people.
But they are neither silent nor waiting for the government or the world to pull out a seat at the table. Yusra Al-Bagher, Sky News, Western Cape.